So students, last class we saw about how to check whether a series in AP or not. Next we'll see how you find out the terms of an AP. Suppose if I tell you to find out the 100th term or the 40th term or the 200th term of an AP, so how are you going to find out that term? So the general term of an AP is represented as AN. The general term of an AP is represented as AN. In some books it is represented as TN also. So don't get confused. AN and TN both are the same things. So the first term a1 is equal to a2 is a plus d. Now a plus d I can write it as 2 minus 1 into d. A3 is a plus 2d. 2 I can write 3 minus 1. A4 is equal to a plus 3d. 3 I can write 4 minus 1. So similarly, when I am finding out the a4, I am writing it as a plus 3d. So one term from d is getting less. So it is a plus d, a plus 2d, a plus 3d, then a5 will be a plus 4d, a6 will be a plus 5d. So the general term of an AP an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. That will be equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So I think you get not confused. So an is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. So now a100 will be equal to a plus 99d. Similarly, a201 is equal to a plus 200d. So let's solve some questions. The first question is saying find the 10th term of this AP. We have to find out the 10th term of the given AP. The AP is given 2, 7, 12 and so on. So here the first term is a, second term is 7, third term is 12 and it is increasing. So we have to find out the 10th term. So here a is 2, d will be 7 minus 2, that is equal to 5. So a in formula we know a plus n minus 1 into d. So a10, I can write it as a plus 90, a plus 10 minus 1 into d, which will be equal to a plus 90. So I put the value of a as 2, d as 9 into 5. So it is 2 plus 45 is equal to 47. So the 10th term of an AP will be equal to 47. Remember, always write the formula then put the values. Why I am writing the formulas? Because for the formula you will get half marks, and after writing the formula you can put the value easily. So it will be equal to 47. So the next question is asking which term of the AP 21, 18, 15 and is minus 81. So if you will see this AP 21, 18, 15, it is decreasing. It means the value of d will be negative. So it is asking which term of the AP is minus 81. Now when the question is asking find which term of the AP is suppose minus 81 or 100, so let that term will take it as nth term. Let the nth term of that AP will be equal to minus 81. So we don't know which term will be 81 minus 81, so I took an is equal to minus 81. So here a is 21, d will be 18 minus 21, that is equal to minus 3. So now I'm putting the values. So a is 21, n minus 1, n value we don't know, so we have to find out the value of n. So n minus 1 into d is minus 3 equal to minus 81. Now after solving it I got n is 35. So the 35th term of the AP will be equal to minus 81. So remember, whenever question is asking which term of the AP will be equal to some value is given, suppose here it is given minus 81 or 0 or 100, so take that term will be equal to an. Let nth term of the AP is equal to this much. After that you can find the value of n. Now next bit it is asking is any term is 0, is any term 0. So we have to find out which term of the AP will be equal to 0. Similarly here also we'll take an is equal to 0, that we'll see in the next part. So if you'll see, I have taken an is equal to 0. So an means a plus n minus 1 into d equal to 0. So a value I put 21 and d value I put minus 3, so that I got n is equal to 8. So here the 8th term of the AP is will be equal to 0. To verify, I have also verified my answer. A8 means a plus 70. So a is 21 plus 7 into d is minus 3. 7 minus 3 minus 21. So 21 minus 21 is equal to 0. So yes, the 8th term of the AP will be equal to 0. So remember, whenever the value is asking which term of the AP will some value, take that value an, it will be equal to that 0 or minus 81 that asking this question. So next bit it is asking determine the AP whose third term is 5 and seventh term is 9. So here we have to determine that AP, means we have to write down those numbers which will form an AP whose third term will be 5 and the seventh term will be equal to 9. So a3, third term means a3, a3 is 5, a3 means how much, a plus 2d, so a plus 2d is equal to 5, and a7 is given 9, seventh term is 9, so a7 is 9, so a plus 60 is equal to 9. So I got two equations, one is a plus 2d is equal to 5, second is a plus 60 is equal to 9. So here we'll use linear equation in two variables elimination method, where we can get the value of a and d by elimination method. So by using the elimination method, I got d is equal to 1 and a is equal to 3. D is equal to 1 and a is equal to 3. So the first term will be 3 and the second term will add 1. So 3 plus 1 is 4, 4 plus 1 is 5, 5 plus 1 is 6, 6 plus 1 is 7, 7 plus 1 is 8. So and don't write all the numbers, just put the dot sign. So check here the third term is coming 5 or not. Here it is also given the third term is 5, so the third term will be equal to 5. So the next question is, check whether 301 is a term of the list of the numbers 5, 11, 17, 23 dot or not. So we have to check that this 301 will come in this series or not. So first we have to check that this series is an AP or not, because it is not given that it is an AP. So first you have to check whether the series is an AP or not. So I have done a2 minus a1, that is 11 minus 5 is 6, a3 minus a2, that is 17 minus 11 is also equal to 6, a4 minus a3, that is also coming 6. So hence it is an AP. First I got that this series is an AP, so I got the first term as 5 and the common difference is 6. Now I have to check that 301 is a term of this AP or not. So I have taken, as I told you, an term will be equal to 301, so an will be equal to 301. So after solving the value, I got n is equal to 302 by 6, that is 151 by 3. So remember, the number of terms of an AP cannot be negative, it cannot be fraction, or it cannot be an irrational number. So always remember, it will be always a natural number. It always be a natural number. It cannot be fraction, it cannot be negative fraction also. So that's why 301 is not a term of this AP, because n we got 151 by 3, it is not divisible, so we are getting a fraction. That's why we cannot say that 301 is a term of this given AP. So next question is saying how many two-digit numbers are divisible by 3. So you have to check how many two-digit numbers. Remember, two-digit numbers are divisible by 3. So if I'll ask you what is the first two-digit number that is divisible by 3, you will say 12, because 10 is not divisible by 3 and 11 is also not divisible by 3. So first number is 12. So first number is 12, next is 15, next is 18 dot. Last number I know that will be 99. So here the nth term is equal to 99. So the last term, that is here a is 12, d is 3 and an, that is equal to 99. So I put a is equal to 99. After solving it, I got a plus n minus 1 into d is 99. Then I put the values of a and d, so that I got n is equal to 30. So number of terms will be 30. So similarly, you can the question will either change how many three-digit numbers are divisible by 7 or three-digit numbers are divisible by 3. So you have to write down those numbers, first three numbers and the last number. Remember, first three numbers you have to write and the last number you have to write. Then you take an is equal to that last number, so that you get the value of n. So next I have solved two questions from your exercise 5.2, question number 10 and question number 16. So the question number 10 is saying the 17th term of an AP exceeds the 10th term by 7. The 17th term of an AP exceeds the 10th term by 7. So there are two terms, one is 17th term, one is 10th term. It is saying the 17th term exceeds the 10th term by 7, means the 17th term is greater than the 10th term by 7. Exceeds means, remember, greater than. So it is greater than the 10th term by 7. So we have to find out the d, means common difference. So according to the question, can I write a17 is equal to a10 plus 7, because 17th term is greater than the 10th term by 7. So I can write a17 is equal to a10 plus 7, or you can write a17 minus a10 is equal to 7 also. Nothing will change here. So after a17 means a plus 16d is equal to a10 means a plus 9d is plus 7. So a get cancelled. So I got 16d is equal to 9d plus 7. 16d minus 9d is equal to 7. So 16 minus 9 is 7d. 7d is equal to 7. So d will be equal to 1. So the last question, determine the AP whose third term is 16 and the 17th term exceeds the fifth term by 12. So you have to determine that AP. To determine the AP, you need the first term and the common difference. So here the third term is given 16, means a plus 2d is 16, and it is saying seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12. Similarly, this question, seventh term exceeds the fifth term by 12 means the seventh term is greater than the fifth term by 12. So a7 I put a plus 60, a5 I put a plus 4d plus 12. So a get cancelled, so 60 is equal to 4d plus 12. So 60 minus 4d is 12, so 2d is equal to 12, so d is equal to 6. So after getting d is 6, you can put it in the equation 1, so that you get a is equal to 4. So a is 4, d is 6, means the AP will be 4, then 4 plus 6 10, 10 plus 6 16, 16 plus 6 22, and so on, dot dot, you can put the dot dot sign.